Well, it's difficult for me to to get my head around the idea that most people think that you have to be poor to take advantage of government programs, and boy, I mean, I grew up like that too. I grew up in a little town, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and I used to think anybody got anything from the government was real, real poor, or the government was just the IRS and the Division of Motor Vehicles, and that's it. I came to Washington, and I started being a consultant for Fortune 500 companies. Man, and I spent 3 years helping millionaires become billionaires because of government programs. And when I try to tell the average person on the street, they say, oh no, that's just for real, real poor. And that's changing too, because poor ain't what I used to think is poor either. So let me give you some examples of what's going on. Here's a workforce development program, Employment and Training Administration. Now, I run into doctors, who want to learn a new trade, a new procedure or something so they could bill a lot more, and they get a grant from the government to learn that skill so they could bill you, thousands of dollars or whatever. So if you want to get training too to get a better job, you could use that too. There's so much money there. It's incredible. And that's just a tip of the iceberg. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, if you're an inventor, you realize that inventors, there's a program in about a dozen agencies now that it's seed money for inventors. And they give you like $50,000 to start out to work on your invention. And then if that looks good, then they give you like $1 million or $2 million, whatever the hell it is, to do that. And it doesn't matter what your income you are. It matters what idea you have. Well, here on the other end of the scale, look, there's a special program now that Biden has for people who just got out of jail. That's right. And you can get a $50,000 loan to start a business, and you just got out of jail, no matter what your income is. So that's the other thing. So it's all ends of the spectrum. But I mean, the fat cats use this, man. Like, okay, you think you have to be poor to get free health care? No. You have to know about a program to get the best healthcare in the world that millionaires get because they know about this program. And you could be poor or rich and get treated by the best doctors in the world for your condition because the government gives grants to doctors who are working on a problem. Say you can't get rid of your headache or something like that, and you went to 10 doctors and they can't figure it out. Well, the government gives research money to doctors to study that. So you could be a client for that, who's getting the top doctors in the world to get the most hottest subject, the hottest treatments in the world to cure you. So you get the best. Your local doctor can't keep up on everything, right? They can't keep reading up, but you could contact the best doctors in the world at NIH, National Institute of Health. They give out grants, and these people will treat you for free. But you have to know that's what it is. So I'm going to have all these lists, these websites in the description for you to know about. Well, here for elder care, my mom had I called her up one day and she was yelling about my father. And I'm going to divorce him or whatever. Well, I'm a guy, I said, okay. After I talked the phone call, so I called this number. It's called an elder care locator. I said, my mom's in Florida and she needs legal help to divorce my father. They gave me a name of a lawyer that the government will pay, as long as you're a senior, for free legal help. Right, exactly. No matter what income or all, they don't check on that. It's not the point. It's to help seniors for free. So that's free legal help. And that kind of thing. I mean, I use it somebody doesn't pay, like in business, somebody doesn't pay me a bill or whatever like that. What I do, I call the Attorney General. I send a letter to the Attorney General in the state where this company doesn't pay me the money, and I send a copy of the letter to the company too, and now the Attorney General will investigate because they want to make sure their companies treat people right. So they get a letter from the Attorney General. Man, I got my money and I get it quickly and I don't have to spend a nickel on attorneys. I can if I have to, but no, these are more powerful. See, this help is more powerful than you could spend on any attorney, because these attorneys could put people out of business. You know, it's the same with your bank and your credit card company and things like that. You go to the consumerfinance.gov, if somebody screws you around at the bank, finance company, the auto loan, any of those people, they could put them out of business. You write them, they investigate within 14 days. Your attorney won't get off the golf course in 14 days to go work for you and charge you $400 an hour. No, don't do that, because these people will work you for free no matter how much money you have. And they're better than any attorney because they could put the people out of business. Yeah. And that's it for you. And then also what's important too is that the income requirements are so high now. Poor is like $100,000. Well, here's a new grant money for paying rent and mortgage. The income goes up to $130,000. That's considered poor, $130,000. There's new programs now like free tuition at community colleges and in state offices, go up to $125,000. Man, daycare money and stuff like that, that goes up to $400,000. So you're poor, according to the government, on $400,000. You're almost a million. Here's another neat thing. You're considered disadvantaged if you're a woman entrepreneur. The government considers you're disadvantaged if you have $500,000 in the bank. You're a $500,000 and you're considered disadvantaged. And so you get benefits and so get better contracts just because you're a woman and you're disadvantaged. $500,000 is disadvantage. Man, so if you think that you have to be poor in the government, I just say poor you, because you're missing out so much. But I'm biased, so don't trust me. That's what letsgohelpis.com. We train people about that. We help you. You ask us 100 questions a day if you like. We give it our own grants. We give it over $70,000 worth of grants ourselves every month, right? Because we became profitable, thank God. I had no idea this would happen. And so what we do is give the money back to people who really need it. And they're our members. So every month we give out $70,000 to people who really need the money. So thank you all that are members now and helping us help other people. And I can't wait to help you too.